Whether you're climbing cobblestone hills in Porto or skipping through fountains on the sidewalks of Seoul, the shoes you choose can make all the difference between a good day or a great day. Today, I am sharing these 6 shoes that I find myself packing over and over again, especially for my spring and summer getaways. Let's go. Hey y'all, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Christy, the Genx Gypsy, and if you have been here a while, you may know that I have just a little bit of a generationally handed down shoe addiction. So I love to share my shoe finds with you, especially the ones that not only survive 20,000 steps a day, but also look really cute, at least in my humble opinion. We're gonna start off with my current favorite sandals that I have been wearing everywhere this spring, and you have probably seen them in a few videos that I have done for travel capsule wardrobe and other fashion advice, spring fashion advice videos that I have done. And they are these fit-flop strappy Gracie sandals. A few years ago, I was on the hunt for a sandal. Alyssa Beltempo had shown a sandal that she had, and I can't remember the brand name. I will put it up here on the screen. And I've been looking for a much less expensive version of those since I saw them. And those shoes are about $500 or $600. The fit flops are about $100. So way more reasonable. I got these in the like taupey tan color, but they come in a variety of different colors. I like these because they kind of blend in with my skin tone, so it makes my legs look longer and just kind of blends in with my legs. So you don't really notice them all that much. The black ones would be really cute. In fact, I thought about getting a black pair as well, but I already have the next pair of sandals that I have are in black. So I really didn't need to get a black pair. These things are so incredibly comfortable. The footbed is really cushiony and padded for as thin as it is, and it has really good grip on the bottom. It has these, it's not like a super chunky grip, but this has like a really nice textured bottom, so it's not going to slip anywhere. One thing with strappy sandals that you can have an issue with are that the straps will dig into your foot and they'll, cause you to get marks, or they'll rub and cause blisters. These are so cushiony and padded that they do not do that at all. There is a little bit of an elastic extension here where the buckle is, so there is a little bit of give in the heel strap. The Gracie strappy sandal also comes in a version that does not have a heel strap. So if you are more into wearing slides when you are out walking about, then that might be an option for you. I personally prefer having something around my heel because I have a narrow foot and sometimes it slides back and forth when I am wearing slides. I don't feel like I have as much control when I am wearing a pair of slides. So I do like sandals that have a little bit of have a heel strap around them, generally speaking. I do have a pair that I'm going to be talking about, but you'll see why. These sandals are extremely easy to style, both casually and very dressy if you would like to. And with the slim profile, they are going to take up almost no space in your luggage. If you travel carry-on only, these are an excellent shoe choice to be able to bring with you because they are going to do so much work for you. In fact, you could almost get away with only bringing this pair of shoes, but I would still recommend that you wear a pair of closed-toed shoes on the plane. So if you are a 2-shoe kind of girl who can pack only 2 pairs of shoes, a pair of sneakers and a pair of these sandals will get you everywhere that you need to go this summer. For those of you who have been here for the past few years, the next sandal is going to be no surprise, and it is still the Plaka sandal. They are still in my top 6 list of shoes that I like to pack for vacation because they are so comfortable. The difference between these and the fit flops are they are more of a fabric style strap. So if you have a wider foot, these are probably going to be a little bit more of a challenge for you. Like I said, I do have a narrow foot and these fit very well on my foot, but I know that a few people who tried them out in the community that had wider feet said they were just a little bit too tight on them. They do stretch out after you wear them for a while, but if you have a wide foot, they may be kind of uncomfortable and you're going to have to break them in if you do choose to try them out. A whole lot of other people in the community, though, have bought these sandals and have said they are incredibly comfortable, just like I find them. Now, on the bottom, on the tread, they do have some texture here, so they are relatively non-slip. I have worn these in slippy situations and I've had no problems with them. And you can see how much I've worn them. They are starting to get worn down. Now, in contrast to the FitFlop sandals, the bottom of these sandals are not cushy. They are a little more stiff and solid, but for some reason, they're still incredibly comfortable to wear around for hours at a time. I don't know what makes the difference. They are really, really comfortable considering how minimalistic they are. Another great option if you are looking for a shoe that is going to take up a lot less space in your luggage this summer, and just something that looks really cute whether you're wearing them more casually or dressy. Both of these first two sandals can pretty much go any direction of any travel capsule wardrobe that you choose for your travels. Sandal number 3 are my EVA Birkenstocks. These are going to be a much more casual choice than the first two sandals. You can dress them up somewhat, and a lot of people will wear dressy outfits with their Birkenstocks. I feel like there is a little bit of a limit of how dressy you can be when you are wearing Birkenstocks. So the first two sandals, I believe, would be a much better choice if you have dressier occasions. Like if you are going to Paris or Rome and you're going to go out to a nice dinner, or you're going to go see a show in New York City or something like that. I would probably not wear my Birkenstocks, but I would absolutely wear my FitFlop sandals. However, that being said, these are probably the most comfortable shoes. I wear these almost on a daily basis here at home. They're so lightweight, and they form to your foot after you wear them. Actually, I didn't even have to break these in. They fit my feet almost immediately upon wearing them. So comfortable. The Giza style, I think, is a little bit dressier than the strap, what is it called? The Arizona style, I think, that are the two straps that go across. Just overall, such a great shoe. Fantastic for beach vacations, more casual locales that you might be going to. If you're going to more rural areas, a pair of Birkenstocks going to be hands down one of the best pairs of shoes that you can travel with. And of course, they have great tread on the back of them. So if you are going to wear them, in wet, slippy circumstances, like I've done muddy trails in these and had no problem. And then you can rinse them off in the sink or with a hose when you get home. Just a great overall pair of shoes. And because of the buckles on the side, of course, no matter what size foot that you have, you can adjust this for a more narrow foot or a wider foot. I know I don't have to extol how great Birkenstocks are. They're one of the most popular shoe brands out there. Most people really love their Birkenstocks once they try them. I will say it took me several years to get my first pair of Birkenstocks because I was kind of anti-Birkenstock at the beginning of when they really started getting popular in the 90s and early 2000s. And I was just like, I don't think I'm ever going to wear those. And when I finally got my first pair, boy, was I a quick convert. Just one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. Probably will always have a pair or two of Birkenstocks in my arsenal. Now this next pair of sandals, I'm not really including in my 6 pairs of shoes. This is a bonus pair for you, let's say, because I don't feel like they hit the cute factor that I'm looking for most of my travel shoes, but they are a pair that I took with me to Portugal last year and wore them all the time throughout the trip. And it was because I didn't have my other FitFlop sandals yet. In fact, that Gracie style of FitFlop sandal did not come out until this year. If those had been available last year, I would have bought those to take with me to Portugal. So what I took to Portugal instead were these kind of basic, and I can't remember what the name of this style is, but they're pretty basic I feel like they look a little orthopedic, but on, they looked a lot better on. And when I was wearing them with my outfits, then I feel like they look like in my hand. These were incredibly comfortable, which is why I felt no worries about getting another pair of FitFlop sandals this year. So comfortable. I wore these all over Portugal. In fact, I think I wore them the day that I walked. I walked for probably 5 hours in Lisbon, up and down the hills of Lisbon, going back and forth from my hotel all the way down to the river and back. And these held up so well. Super comfortable. If you're looking for a little bit more, you want a little bit more height, you want a little bit more cushion, then these might be an option for you too. But I wanted to point them out. They're, like I said, I don't think they're very cute. But I do think that they are incredibly comfortable. Moving on to sneakers now, and shoe number 4. These are my New Balance 327s. Although I've not worn these a ton this spring, I was wearing these a lot in the fall and winter last year and into even early spring this year. I have been wearing these a lot. Super comfortable, so much tread. I took these on our road trip to Kentucky and Tennessee, where I did a ton of hiking in the Red River Gorge, and I wore these for my hiking shoes, but they also looked really cute. I'm trying to remember, I think I also wore these the day that we went to Dollywood and we walked all around Dollywood. These were the shoes that I wore the majority of the time on that road trip. Super comfortable. Plus I just wear them around town all the time because I just think they look really cute with outfits, in addition to being incredibly comfortable. I've worn these multiple days for more than 20,000 steps and had absolutely no problems with them. In fact, I've started wearing them a little bit more as my everyday walking shoe here at home when I walk on the bike trails, because I feel like the toe area is roomy enough for my foot, but I also has the heel cup that my heel fits into really nicely. Because I have a problem a lot of times where my heel is narrow enough that I will find that I slip in and out of shoes fairly easily, and if I wear shoes like that for too long, my foot gets really achy. And these New Balance has always been a shoe that has fit my foot really well. Love these. I am guessing that this fall they might come out with some different color combinations, but for summer, a black and white combo is really just classic that you can wear with anything that you are packing for your travel capsules. Shoe number 5 is another shoe that I have packed quite a bit for different trips. In fact, these went to Portugal with me as well last year. Super comfortable. You've probably seen them in a lot of the travel capsule videos I've done because I just think they're a great sneaker that goes with a lot of different types of clothing, whether it's super casual or even a little bit dressier. I think these look amazing with linen options because they're, especially in the black leather, I think that they look really classy and you can wear them whether you're touring a museum or maybe going to a nice place for wine tasting. I just love how flexible these shoes are. And by the way, these are the Reef Lay Day Dawn sneakers, and these are in black leather, but they come in a whole bunch of different colors and options. They have like a bronzy gold color and a silver color, plus like some other basic colors. And in fact, they might have a few seasonal colors out right now. Reef kind of does that. So comfortable. They have a cork sole inside of them that is incredibly comfortable and soft. Much like the Birkenstocks, it basically forms to your foot after you wear them for a while. And the area around your heel and your ankle is all cushioned and has like a really nice soft fabric around them. So when it's against your skin, it's not rubbing and causing you to blister. Just overall, a fantastic shoe. I wear these around here all the time. In fact, I'm going out tonight and I'm probably going to be wearing these shoes with my dress that I have because I love a great sneakers and dress combo, especially for a fun summer outing. Last but not least is the newest addition to my shoe collection, and they are these Adidas Tokyo Sambas. Now I have been coveting a pair of Sambas for years. Last year when we were in Portugal, I swear, almost every fourth woman that I saw walking down the street had some pair of Adidas shoes on. Most of the time it was a Samba, and they looked so cute. They were wearing them with their maxi dresses, or they'd have them on with like cute little linen pants, and it just looked so classy. Loved the look, and they were in all different colors. And I debated getting a pair in a bright color, but I decided I don't really have a good pair of white sneakers right now. So I decided to go with the white, just the classic white with the black stripes. And I did size down. So that is one thing that they told me, because I've tried on Adidas Sambas before and they never really felt like they fit very well. So the gal told me to size down. So I got these in a 7.5 instead of an 8, and they fit me perfectly. Plus, I think that Adidas has reconfigured how their heel cup fits, because this is a lot more padded back here than it has been in the shoes that I've tried in the past. I feel like did not have that much padding. I have been wearing these so much since I got them. I've had them about a month. I wore them, I did the road trip up to Richmond, and I wore them over 20,000 steps walking around Richmond one day. Super comfortable, didn't have any issues with them at all. Of course, they have great tread on the bottom, so fantastic to wear if you are in slippy situations. I will also share that my daughter has gotten 2 pairs of a style that Adidas came out with this year that are Mary Jane Sambas. And she wore those when we were touring around Richmond. My daughter has a wide foot. Now, if somebody is wondering if the Sambas will fit you if you have wide feet, my daughter can wear Sambas all day long, and she has very wide feet. Those Mary Janes are so, so cute. In fact, she had so many people asking her about those shoes and where she got them, telling her how cute they were. And she had at least 5 different strangers come up and ask her or tell her that her shoes were really cute. So I'll have those linked below as well. I haven't been able to, I was going to try to find a store to buy them at here locally. So I need to order a pair. I might wait until I go to Oregon in a couple of weeks and buy a pair when I'm out there at the Adidas store. They are so cute, so adorable, fantastic summer shoe. And what Alex really likes about them is how easy they are to slip on and off. They were her airport shoe that she wore here to visit, and she basically told me to share with my community how incredibly comfortable she found those shoes. And for my daughter to go off and be so excited about a pair of shoes is pretty unusual. So take that for what it's worth. Now, if you are looking for some other shoe options, maybe these aren't exactly what you're looking for, check out one of these videos over here next. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today. I hope that you have safe and wonderful travels.